Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to the I Am Motivated podcast here on Alphonso Speaks. And this is new, guys. This is new. There's a lot of new things going on right now. If you haven't noticed, I'm on a new set because we're moved into our new house. And now that we're moved into our new house, I'm bringing you guys new content. And the great thing about this is that this isn't really even entirely new. Like, if you've been following me for a long time, if you've known me for a long time, you know about the I Am brand, the I Am morning show that used to be on every morning, Monday through Friday, 3 hours a day. That was a crazy ambitious project that I was doing right there. But this one's a little bit different. You know, just to give a little backstory on how this project even came to be, because this isn't something I usually put on my channel. But again, if you kind of follow everything that I've been doing, then this probably won't look too weird to you. You've seen me do podcasts and things like that before. You've just never seen a set this nice before. But that's kind of what happens when you move into a new house. And I keep saying move into a new house because that's such a big motivator in what really sparked my interest in doing this podcast in the first place. So the backstory about this is I was having a lot of conversations with my wife about what I ultimately want to do. I have a full-time job right now, but I feel like I have a lot more to give than what I'm doing there. And, I was talking to her and I was like, I think my ultimate goal, like at the very last thing that I can see right now that I want to do is to be a traveling motivational speaker. And I was telling her, I was like, I feel like I got to do this and this and that first before, I do it, add some legitimacy to my name and all these different things. And then I really just started thinking about it again. And I said to myself, wait a second, that doesn't make any sense. If I actually look at everything that I've accomplished in my life, if I actually look at all the different people that have reached out to me, told me that they look up to me, that they respect me, asked me for advice, asked me to look at things for them. If I look at all these different things in their totality and I say to myself, why would you not think that you're already ready to be a motivational speaker of some kind? And I guess I said to myself, I was like, you know what? I thought that, because I have a lofty list of ambitions and goals that I want to accomplish, things that I'm currently working on now, trying to bring to fruition. But I said to myself, I said, you know what, if I want to be a motivational speaker, then you don't just start being a motivational speaker later on or when you think you're ready. You're never really actually going to be ready or feel like you're ready for anything. You just have to start. You just have to do it. And that's one of the mantras that I've always lived by. So I'm like, why am I applying a different concept to this situation now? Doesn't make a lot of sense. So I buckled down. I started like really thinking about what I wanted to do and how I wanted to do it. And I came up with this. I came up with this concept. And as I was coming up with this concept, I remembered the brand that I had started building 4 years ago, the I Am brand. And I decided to tie it all in together. And here we have the I Am Motivated podcast. So for those of you who have been watching Alphonso Speaks and you've been watching the true crime element of everything, for those of you who are mainly following me on maybe Instagram, Facebook, and you mostly know me for my sportscasting content, manifest wrestling, things like that. This might be a little bit new to you, but for those of you who know me personally, this is no shock to you whatsoever. This is something that you'll probably look at and wonder why I hadn't already started it before. So, hey, here it is, the I Am Motivated podcast. And it's going to be all about really helping everybody who watches this to understand that you have the capability of achieving everything that you put, in front of you as a goal. And not to say that in a cliche way, like, oh, you can do all things. No, I'm saying like legitimately, we all have that capability. It's just all dependent on the choices that we decide to make and the paths that we decide to take. And we have that free will, right? That's why sometimes things don't work out for some people. It's not because other people are the chosen ones is because there's different choices that are made every day that lead into our ultimate destination, our ultimate purpose. And we all have that choice every day when we wake up. And it's my goal to help you guys understand that you have that personal power within yourself. I've done a lot of self-reflection lately. I've done a lot of inner work lately. And it's never really done, right? You never finish doing that inner work. You never finish, growing, trying to become that better version of yourself. There's always things to learn every single day. But I had two goals of this podcast when I created it. And the first one I just explained to you was to help you guys see the power that you have within yourselves. But also the second goal was to show you guys my process in the most transparent way possible. I hope to use this platform to give you guys updates on what I'm working on and to also hear from you guys on what you're working on and what you'll be working on going forward. And the big thing is like I've been very like protective of my journey and the things that I do and the things that I'm trying to accomplish. I've been so protective of it because you don't want people's energy infiltrating what you're trying to work on. You don't want people's doubt, their dislike for you, their hatred for you, whatever it is. Sometimes it's not even like negative feelings towards you. Sometimes they're just super protective of you as well, right? And they don't want to see you get hurt, and they don't want to see you put yourself in a precarious situation that they can't get you out of. You know how it goes. So I've been very protective of the moves that I make and the things that I do. But just to be transparent with you guys, like I said, I just moved into a brand new house with my wife, with my two children. I make over $100,000 a year now, and I'm still not done. There's still more that I want to accomplish. There's still other things that I have, that I've dreamed of for my future that I want to accomplish. But I'm here today because I want to give you guys a transparent, journey map of how to get to where it is that you want to get. And I feel like you get there, you get that information, you get that journey map through open, honest, transparent conversation. And that's what I want to bring to you guys. And so, I really hope that that's what you guys are able to take away from this. There's going to be people who think I'm, on this podcast, just flexing the things that I have. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. I can't really control that. I can't control how anybody absorbs any of this content. I can't control that. That's not really up to me. That's up to each and every one of you, how you absorb the content and how you how you digest it. If you think that all I'm doing on here is just talking about all the stuff that I have and everything that I've accomplished, okay, cool. Whatever makes you happy. But for those of you who really get the energy and the intent that I'm trying to put behind this podcast, that's a great thing too. And I want you guys to be able to apply these things to your own life. And again, like I was saying earlier, I did a lot of self-reflection. And the key message that I want you guys to take away from this first episode, and I only have a couple of minutes left. I didn't want to make this one too long. But the key thing I wanted you guys to take away from this episode specifically is that you are already good enough for the thing that you want to do. You just have to start. You just have to start. Now, what do I mean by you're good enough? I don't mean that right now, currently, you can just get up off of your couch and go to the highest level of what you're trying to accomplish. That's not how anything works. There's processes that you have to do. There's training, there's schooling, there's whatever the case may be. You're good enough to start. It's already within you. It just has to be trained. And I'll give you this perfect metaphor. This is the way that I see muscle building, for example. Your muscles are built in a way that's connected to your brain operating. And what I mean by that is that your brain tells your muscles how much that they can lift, how much that they can carry. Do you notice that in situations where maybe adrenaline's pumping and it's life or death situation, people somehow, they pull out like this second strength that they didn't know that they had, and they're able to lift things a little bit heavier than they normally would, or hold on to things, like they're able to do things that they normally wouldn't be able to do. And it's because your brain has now allowed you to access that portion of your mind that allows you to do those things. As you work out, as you go to the gym consistently, the same thing kind of happens where because you're consistently lifting and you're consistently increasing that weight, your brain is allowing those muscles to access a different part of that brain where the brain is like, okay, yes, you can lift this. Whereas before it's not. You ever notice if you don't do a push-up for like a month, you start struggling with your push-ups. But it's not because you can't do a push-up or because your body, your arms can't lift that weight. It's because your brain has lost that training that it needs to consistently lift that weight. It's the same thing with everything else. When you decide that you want to do something, you have to find ways to exercise that talent, exercise that skill, or your brain will forget how to do it. It's muscle memory. It's literally just muscle memory. And so when I say you're good enough, I mean you are good enough to get started and you're good enough to start creating healthy patterns in your life that lead you to the ultimate destination that you actually want to be at. Okay, and that's where I will end this first episode. But this podcast will be a thing consistently going forward. I'm super excited about it. I'm super excited to do this thing that I really have wanted to do, which is to motivate people around me because I like seeing people be great. I love seeing people be great. I want to see people reach the absolute top of their game in every area of their life. I want to see them be their best selves. And if I can help in any way people get to that point in their own lives, then that's what I am here for. So that'll be it for the I Am Motivated podcast, episode 1. Episode 2 will be coming soon. And make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe and follow the Instagram as you hear my kids in the background. I'm a family man. What can you do? Episode 2 is coming soon. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.